Hello, this is Barbie coming to you today from my art studio. It's cold here in Texas, which is kind of unusual for it to be this cold, but nevertheless, my little studio is nice and warm. I wanted to show you my contribution to my friendship journal challenge that the Firefly studio is having. Gina, I believe is her name. I watch her all the time. I think her techniques and everything and her style is just beautiful. I really resonate with it. I'm a shabby chic girl. I do other styles, but shabby chic is my favorite. Okay, she asked us to make a page that represents our style and to send it into her, and she's going to make a friendship journal, which I think is an awesome idea. And I was really excited about doing it, and so this is my friendship journal page. Okay, and I would highly recommend you, if you don't know who Gina is with the Firefly Studio on YouTube, you should go over and check her out. I think you'll be really pleased. She has some awesome journals that she sells on Etsy. Okay, let's start out here. I want to make this pretty quick. I believe it was Roxy or Tina. No, it was Tina, I believe, with Shabba Dabba Doo Dah that came up with this idea of using an envelope as a container for flowers. And so she just had all these flowers she stuck in the envelope, which is what this is. And I just thought it was such a cute idea. I had to try it. So this is my take on her flower envelope for a page. I also used some die cuts that Roxy from Roxy Creations has a YouTube channel I watch all the time, and she had these die cuts she had gotten, and you can go to her channel if you want to find out the link for these, because I don't know the name of it right at the moment, of the place where I got these really cute die cuts, which I incorporated here. Also, I used some Tim Holtz wildflower die cuts throughout. Some other flowers that I had gotten from just a flower book I had. Also, some of Tim Holtz leaf, I believe it is, cut out. And this is a Tim Holtz wildflower cutout, which I used a hydrangea scrapbook page, and it looks like it's a flower. Anyhow, I thought that turned out really cool. And then just some other. This is a Tracy Fox Botanical, I believe it is, tags. I guess labels. That's what it is. So I just used a little bit of everybody in here, which I like to do. I like to incorporate just different things. Okay, this is also, I printed this on a what they call it. I think they called it almond, but it has sort of a pinky cast to it. But it prints, when you print on it, it looks like fabric, because it has a linen. It's called a linen paper, I believe, and it has like a linen texture to it. So it turns out, although you can't see too much of it, but it has a really nice feel. Okay, this is a tag that I put in here. And this is a cute little Scottie. Now this came from Artgaze Digitals. And I believe this is a digi from Stilboxx, I believe it is. I believe it's called Lush Forest. I'm not sure about that, but I'll put it down in the bottom. If I've got it wrong, I'll put those links in the bottom. And then I just backed it with some, what do you call it? You know what I'm calling it. You know what it is. And I used the cutout from the leaves here for a stencil, which I like to do. And just put a shadow on there, which gives it a bit of something so you can still write on it. And just some Sari silk I used. Oh, and I printed this. I've been trying some different techniques. I got some really cool handmade paper online, Amazon, and I think it's Japanese, but I'm not sure. Anyhow, it feels like cloth, but it is really a beautiful texture to it. And it prints so softly. This little puppy just looks like a soft piece of fabric it was printed on, but it wasn't. It's paper, handmade paper. Anyhow, so that's that. Oh, and on the back, I did the same sort of technique. And just to cut out, I used tea dye paper, stitched around everything, used some butterflies here on the tab, made a little snippet here, and it slips right in there. Okay, then when you open it up, just made a little snippet here, and that was basically, I wanted a bit of decoration on here, but it was also to strengthen the paper itself. Give some Tracy labels, a little Tim Holtz paper doll with some butterfly wings. This one is a sewn in. I sewed it into the signature, or into the page. It's an envelope. And this is linen. I got some linen that's really beautiful linen. So I used that on there. And that's to cover the little holes. This is some of that hand-dyed paper I was telling you about. It's just beautiful. Oh, and this is a mulberry paper I got. And on the back of a, I can't think of her name now, but you know who I'm talking about. Everybody knows who it is. I'll think of it in a moment. Okay, and this says, live every day with intention, which I thought was very good advice. I tried to do that, but not always successful, I suppose. Just decorated the back. One of, I think it was Roxy Creation, I think it was, that did these little stamps, or whatever you call it, out of pieces of paper that you cut out of a magazine. Okay, I believe this is graphic 45. Where dreamers become doers. I thought that was a good little thing to say right there. I try to remember that one. I dream a lot, but sometimes I'm not doing a lot, which makes me angry at myself. Fern, this is graphic 45. I believe it's called Ferns. This is a little tag I made to slip in there, which has some of the mulberry paper on it, and I don't remember where I got this, but it's a digital. Again, the same thing. The little, and that again is the Lush. I believe it's Lush Forest. I should look that up. I'll put it on the back. I don't like to misstate, but this is an impromptu video I decided I'd do all of a sudden. Okay, she also requested that we write a bit about ourselves, what's in the journal, attach any web pages or social media sites that you want to share. So that's what this envelope is for. Again, I just used the same thing here as far as the little tab. It's a snippet. I have a little owl, handmade owl out of ceramic. I used some old buttons and made a little, really cute little dingle-dangle there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but if I'm even in frame, but there you go. And there's the back of it with the little butterfly. Okay, and the envelope, again, I used the linen on the top here. These are some little birds I cut out of something, who knows. And this is the inside of it. I used the mulberry paper and lined a piece of, it was out of a text out of a book, a gardening book, I believe it was. But anyhow, I lined it with the mulberry paper. And inside of here, I'm going to put my information that she requested so that she can know who it came from, etc. And this right here is funny. This is a little piece of, I don't know what you'd call it, but it held garlic. But I thought, ooh, it's squishy and it's white and you can see through it. Let me see if I can find a piece of it real quick, show you a little bit better. It came off of garlic. Garlic was in there. I smelled of it to see if it smelled like garlic, and it didn't. So I just see how it's squishy. I love that. Anyhow, that's what I used underneath the birds here. Okay, then I put a little bee charm on the end of that. And on the back, again, I lined this all with the mulberry paper. And I put a Tracy label that is, I believe it's a Tim Holtz butterflies, just with some gauze I dyed. That's, yeah, gauze I dyed. Again, okay, that's basically it. I'm excited about sending this off to her. And, oh, I didn't show you the last page, I guess. Hold on a minute. It's not all that important, but it does document. These are, again, are cut out of dies that I got from Tim Holtz. This is another die I've had for a long, long time, and I have never used it, and it looked perfect here. This is some of the sunflower paper I had, and I used the Tim Holtz Wildflowers and cut those out. Thought that was pretty cool. Okay, and that's a Tim Holtz saying, friends. Okay, I believe that's it. Excited to send this off to you, Gina, and hopefully I can figure out how to tag you and do all the stuff I'm supposed to do that's technical. I'm not so good at that, but I'll try to get it right. Thank you all for watching, and I will be doing some more videos shortly. I'm thinking about joining Gail Gostinelli, I believe is her last name, in a challenge of, I don't know what she calls it, but you have to do 3 things in 30 minutes. And I was laughing at her because she was getting kind of stressed out over trying to get everything done in 30 minutes, because she's kind of like me. I like to talk and move slow. I like to think a lot. So she was having to get everything all prepared. Anyhow, I'm thinking about doing that. I'm not so sure I can do it in 30 minutes, but I may try it. So if not, I'll be doing something else. I'm trying to get my videos channel going to give people something to watch, having to do with junk journals. Anyhow, thank you for coming by and visiting with me, and I'll be looking forward to talking to you shortly. Hope you join Gina's challenge. Thank you. Bye.